Now, former Trump Chief of Staff Reince Priebus has opened up about the dysfunction that he experienced in the White House while he was there. Now, this is detailed in another new book called The Gatekeepers, How the White House Chiefs of Staff Define Every Presidency. So this book's coming out, and according to excerpts from the book, apparently the White House was even more chaotic than even we knew. And believe me, thanks to the leaks, we knew a lot. So now, for example, we knew that Steve Bannon could just walk in and lay a Breitbart article right in front of Trump and he'd read it. Well, some of it. Anyway, he'd probably read the headline and get enough from it. And that dictated his policy positions. Insane. Well, now we already know that Fox News also dictates policy positions, so I guess it really hasn't changed all that much. We also know that Omarosa could also go in and bring the latest, for example, article or video from Morning Joe and fire up Donald Trump that way so that he'll sit there and tweet angrily about it for the next 2 hours. It was pure chaos. People going in and out of the president's office at all times, all hours, people calling the president, on and on, right? There was no order. Now, John Kelly, of course, he came in and he changed that. Now, I have an issue with John Kelly, of course, him being a massive right-winger, not a great person. But he did bring some order, and he at least made sure that there were facts that were going on President Trump's desk. Before the times of John Kelly, during the time of Reince Priebus, ain't nothing but bullshit ended up on Trump's desk, and we knew that, right? Not only that, but interestingly enough, look, the White House has been after leakers. Oh my God, we got to go with the leakers, until they found out that Donald Trump himself is the leaker. He's a guy who would call up his friends and be like, oh my God, you wouldn't believe what just happened today. You wouldn't believe what I just said to this guy. I mean, again, insanity. And this was all happening while Spicer was hiding in the bushes. Kellyanne Conway was, talking about alternative facts, and everything else was just a mess. And yet somehow it's even worse than we knew, which is insane. In fact, Priebus had a quote on this. He said, take everything you've heard and multiply it by 50. That would be the level of dysfunction that we're dealing with. Jesus, man. Now, one particular instance that was pointed out that is actually verified is the near resignation of Attorney General Jeff Sessions. Didn't just happen once, happened twice, right? Now, Priebus, when he found out that Sessions was going to leave, he said, no, you cannot resign. It's not possible. We're going to talk about this right now. Oh, Reince Priebus sounded a bit feisty. Like, no, you are not going to leave on my watch. We're going to talk about this. We're going to talk about this, Jeff. You can't leave. You're not allowed. Now, interestingly enough, we found out later that the Sessions did offer his resignation, but Priebus had pressured Trump and said, hey, look, you can't accept that resignation. Boy, I bet he feels dumb now because from what we've heard, Donald Trump's not too happy with Sessions after he recused himself in the investigation. But anyway, Priebus also said he didn't support Trump picking a fight over the crowd size at his inauguration, which was smaller than former President Obama's. And that is a thing that bothers Trump to no end. However, Priebus ultimately relented, saying, quote, it wasn't worth going to war over with Trump. Now, to be fair, look, that's a relatively small issue, I think. It's very petty. Okay, look, you want to believe that your crowd size is bigger than Obama's? Okay. But we all actually know what this is really about. It's actually a proxy for something else. Obviously, his hands are small. Your mind's out of the gutter, guys. So look, Priebus let him have it. Like, okay, whatever, dude. I'm not going to fight you on this. You want to go out and claim that your crowd sizes are bigger, even though there's demonstrable proof, fine, whatever. Okay, you want to send out Kellyanne Conway? You want to send out Sean Spicer? Hey, that's up to you, guy. I'm not going to fight you on this. And Sean Spicer, of course, one of the best quotes on this. This is the biggest crowd size in history, period. Period. Biggest crowd size. What a clown. But again, even though it was an obvious lie, this whole thing is wrapped up in Trump's ego, and I'm sorry, Priebus learned very quickly that you can't put a hole in that, right? You can't get through when Trump's ego is involved. Now, Priebus also said, quote, "Despite all this, I still love the guy." In fact, recently he was in a call, or in touch with him, I should say. And according to a recent article I read, they said that Trump would call Priebus to complain about John Kelly. Now, that's really actually an important issue, an important point. But on Priebus, yeah, of course he's in touch with Donald Trump. Of course he says he still loves him. I absolutely love the guy. He wants another job, of course. Especially now that John Kelly is in a bit of trouble. Ivanka and other current former staffers, they're not happy with John Kelly. They got the knives out for him, especially since he blocked access to the president. Now, if you're Ivanka Trump, you do not like having your access blocked to daddy. And of course, you have the Rob Porter story, which is actually the perfect chance that they were looking for to eliminate John Kelly. If John Kelly knew that Rob Porter was a wife beater and still like, don't care, I'm still going to elevate him to this position, well, obviously, that would be good grounds to eliminate him. And if he goes, chaos returns, chaos reigns, and we don't know what's actually going on. So, and that is actually really important when it comes to policy, because, again, you don't know what's going to happen in a White House that is unstructured. Or we're going to end up launching a nuke on North Korea. I don't know. I hope not. I mean, there are some reports that John Kelly and General Mattis are pretty much the only ones that are preventing something terrible from happening. Preventing him from making rash decisions such as that. So, man, if it's 50 times worse than what we thought it was before John Kelly, it's going to be very interesting to see what it's going to be like if John Kelly is out. Hey everybody, thanks for watching this video. If you want to see more like this, please hit the subscribe button below. And if you want to support truly independent progressive media, please consider becoming a patron at patreon.com/TYTNation.